What are the differences between the Google Pixel 6 and the Google Pixel 6 Pro? Hey peeps, what's up? Manchi here, back with another video. And on the right hand side, we have the Pixel 6 Pro in Stormy Black, and on the left, we have the Google Pixel 6. And this one here is in the sorta seafoam, cool looking green color. And in this video, let us go ahead and check out the difference between the Google Pixel 6 and the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Now, before you ask me, hey Manchi, which one of these two do you prefer? Me personally, I prefer the Google Pixel 6, and that is because one, it is a tad bit smaller than the Google Pixel 6 Pro, which makes one-handed use easier. I mean, you still have to use two hands on occasions, but one-handed use is definitely easier on the Google Pixel 6. Then the fact that it has a flat display, easy to find a tempered glass screen protector and apply it to protect your investment. The other thing is that the price difference is around $300, and I don't think so that the extra money which you spend on the Pixel 6 Pro is worth it for the telephoto lens, the 120 hertz panel, the slightly bigger battery with of course a curved display. In my opinion, I prefer saving a bit of money and using the Google Pixel 6 as compared to the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Let us start with the physical differences. So this here on the left, of course, is the Pixel 6. This here on the right is the Pixel 6 Pro. First thing you will notice is that the area above the camera bar, the camera visor, the camera bump, whatever you want to call it, is much bigger on the Pixel 6 Pro as compared to the Google Pixel 6. Then height wise, of course, they do have displays which are different sizes, which is why you have the height difference as well. So here it is, you can clearly see that the Pixel 6 is a tad bit smaller, not by much, but there is a difference in the physical height of the devices. Now, what does this mean for one-handed use? Now, for one-handed use, the Pixel 6, of course, is more comfortable to hold with one hand as compared to the Pixel 6 Pro, because this, of course, is a tad bit taller than the Google Pixel 6. Then the next change you will notice is in the side rails. So the side rails on the Pixel 6 are matte finish, they are black, and it is cold to the touch, whereas the side rails on the Google Pixel 6 Pro, these are glossy finish, not matte black, and they are not cold to the touch. The bottom, of course, is the same. You have your type C port and your speaker grills on both the devices. The antenna band lines on the sides are the same, and the difference comes on the top. So on the Pixel 6 you have the two antenna band lines here and here. The 6 Pro, because of its millimeter wave antennas, has a band. So there it is, you can see this here is the grill, and this is where the grill ends. Then you have a plastic piece which is your antenna band, and the grill starts again. Now in my personal humble opinion, this looks super ugly once you get to see it. Of course, devices being super slippery, you are going to have a case on it, but it is worth mentioning that you have a big band on top of the Pixel 6 Pro, whereas the Pixel 6 has what you call the antenna band lines. Then the other difference, of course, is the cameras on the back. Now the 6 Pro has an extra telephoto lens. The 6 does not have the telephoto lens. The normal and the wide angle sensors are exactly the same, so expect exactly the same pictures until and unless you are using the telephoto lens on the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Next thing we can talk about is the displays on the Pixel 6 and the Google Pixel 6 Pro. So on the right we have the 6 Pro, on the left we have the Google Pixel 6. The 6 Pro has a 120 Hz curved panel, which is of course AMOLED, can go up to 120 hertz, and it has LTPO. LTPO means that it can go as low as 10 hertz if needed to save battery. The 6 on the other hand has a non-LTPO panel which can only do a maximum of 90. Now a non-LTPO panel means that it can do 60 or 90. It cannot do say 10 hertz, and of course this here is AMOLED as well, a size of 6.4 inches. But the advantage which I give to the Pixel 6 is that the edges are not curved. Me personally, I am not a big fan of curved edges. Google might think that the 6 Pro looks futuristic, but I think a lot of people are just bored of the curved edges by now. And the advantage which the 6 gets with a flat display is the ease of finding and applying a tempered glass screen protector to protect your investment. So that is the advantage which I give to the Pixel 6. Now in terms of your color reproduction, I think both of them are almost the same to the naked eye, until and unless you look for differences with a microscope between a LTPO panel and a non-LTPO panel. The naked eye won't notice much of a difference. The other difference here is your 60 and 90 versus 60, 90, 120 on the Google Pixel 6 Pro. So of course the 6 Pro is going up to 120. Now that 120 is used in scrolling. If you already use a device which has 120 hertz and you go down to 90, you are going to notice the difference, and you will see it when you are scrolling through your Twitter feed, through your settings page. But if you are jumping from 60 to 90, I don't think so you will notice the difference. So again, all depends on you whether you want to spend the extra $300 to get a 120 hertz refresh rate panel, or you are absolutely fine with the 90 hertz on the Google Pixel 6. Me personally, I am absolutely fine with the 90 hertz on the Google Pixel 6. Now, another thing which I have noticed with the 6 Pro is the banding or the off graying when you are on a white background. So let me change the exposure here a little bit, and then to the naked eye you will be able to see that on the curved edges it is a bit grayish. So this is something which I have noticed with the 6 Pro, and of course the 6 having a flat display, this is a non-issue on the Google Pixel 6. Now, other differences between the 6 and the 6 Pro are that the 6 comes with a base of 8 GB of RAM, the 6 Pro has a base 12 GB of RAM. My personal opinion, 8 GB of RAM is good enough considering you have stock Android and minimal bloat. Then the front camera on the Google Pixel 6 is 8 megapixel, whereas the one on the Pixel 6 Pro is 11.1 megapixel, and this one here, the 6 Pro, has a 94-degree field of view, the 6 has 84-degree field of view, and the maximum video which you can record from the Pixel 6 front camera is limited to 1080p 30 fps, whereas on the Pixel 6 Pro you can record up to 4K 30 fps 1080p 60 fps. So still no 4K 60 fps from the front camera on the Pro. Then the battery on the Pixel 6 Pro is 5003 milliamp hours, whereas that on the Google Pixel 6 is 4614 milliamp hours. But tests have proven that both of them have almost the same battery backup, considering this one has to power a 90 hertz panel and this one has to power a 120 hertz panel. Then on the back you have Gorilla Glass Victus on the Google Pixel 6 Pro. The front of course has Gorilla Glass Victus as well, but on the Google Pixel 6 the back here is Gorilla Glass 6, the front of course is Gorilla Glass Victus. And there it is, peeps. Those were the difference between the Google Pixel 6 and the Google Pixel 6 Pro, and I hope the video helps you in determining which device you should buy and spend your hard-earned money on. And that will do it for this video. Hope my video helped you. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.